I'm supposed to be Peter, the rock. I was the one who first recognized that Jesus was the Christ, the Son of God. So how did things go so wrong in the last 3 days? When Jesus knew that his hour had come, that he should depart from this world to the Father, having loved us, his own, who were in the world, he loved us to the end. And supper being over, the devil having already put into the heart of Judas Iscariot to betray him, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was going to God, rose from supper and laid aside his garments, took a towel and girded himself. After that he poured water into a basin and began to wash our feet and to wipe them with the towel with which he was girded. And when he came to me, I said I wouldn't let him do it. It seemed like such a demeaning thing for the Son of God to do. And when he said that if he did not wash my feet, I had no part with him, I told him to wash my hand and my hands as well. What a blubbering idiot. Always speaking at the wrong time, swinging back and forth, and being inconsistent. And then he said that Satan had asked for me to sift me as wheat. Jesus said that he had prayed for me, that my faith would not fail, and that when I returned to him, I would strengthen the brethren. And I, the coward, the fool that I am, I swore that everyone else might betray him, but I would go to prison and even death with him. Then in the Garden of Gethsemane, when Judas came and betrayed him, and the mob arrested him, all the others were paralyzed with fear. But not me. I was blinded by anger. I dove in like a fool, swinging a sword, and lobbed off a man's ear. The Lord healed the man's ear and told me to put the sword away, and told us all that he could pray to his Father in heaven, and his Father would send more than 12 legions of angels to fight for him. What a wretched worm I am. And then I forsook him and fled just like the others. John and I both made our way back to his trial before the Sanhedrin. John stood in the trial area. I waited out in the courtyard by the fire. I could face a servant when I had a sword in the darkness of the garden, but I could not speak the truth to a servant girl. Jesus had been condemned in that mockery of a court, and he was on his way to be beaten. The rooster crowed twice, and I had denied him 3 times. And as I heard the rooster crow and remembered that he had said I would deny him 3 times before the rooster crowed, I looked up, and he was right there, across the room, looking at my eyes, looking into my eyes, into my soul. John, Satan has sifted me, and everything I thought I was, all the self-righteous and bravado, has been blown away like the chaff that I am. And now here I sit, locked in a room with John, hiding from the Jewish leaders, from the Romans, or from the miserable man that I am. Gates and doors were barred and all the windows fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound, half in hopeless sorrow and half in fear the day would find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all away. Just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle, and a voice began to call. I hurried to the window and looked down into the street, expecting swords and torches and the sound of soldiers' feet. There was no one there but Mary, so I went down to let her in. John stood there beside me as she told us where she'd been. She said they moved him in the night and none of us knows where. The stone's been rolled away and now his body isn't there. We both ran towards the garden, then John ran on ahead. We found the stone in the empty tomb just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheet they wrapped him in was just an empty shell. How or where they'd taken him was more than I could tell. Well, something strange had happened there, just what I did not know. John believed a miracle, but I just turned to go. Circumstance and speculation couldn't lift me very high, 'cause I'd seen them crucify him, then I saw him die. Back inside the house again, the guilt and anguish came. Everything I'd promised him just added to my shame. When at last it came to choices, at a night I knew his name. And even if he was alive, it wouldn't be the same. But suddenly the air was filled with a strange and sweet perfume. Light that came from everywhere drove shadows from the room. Jesus stood before me with his arms held open wide. I fell down on my knees and I clung to him and cried. He raised me to my feet, and as I looked into his eyes, love was shining out from him like sunlight from the skies. Guilt and my confusion disappeared in sweet release, and every fear I ever had just melted into peace. He's alive, he's alive, he's alive, and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive, he's alive, he's alive, and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive, he's alive, he's alive, and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive, he's alive, he's alive.